If it doesn't,
hold on to your butts.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
I got up this morning, put on my shoes, tied my shoes, went to the mirror, thought I combed my hair, I made a move, know what to do. Try to break and run.
Welcome everybody to the Lotus Cast. We are live. Welcome Joe.
Welcome, Matt.
Welcome Adam.
Butt fuck.
Ooh.
I just wanted
And
to
we'll
say
be
butt
live
fuck.
next week at the very same time to bring you butt fuck.
The next generation.
Oh boy, Chris Cornell, huh? Fuck.
Whoa, what happened to Chris Cornell?
Oh man,
Is he
You big-
coming? Is he going to do a concert?
Yeah. Were you a big Soundgarden fan, Adam?
I enjoyed them. I wasn't the biggest fan.
Were you more of an Audio Slave fan?
I was a pretty good-sized fan of Audio Slave.
Were you more a
I
Temple
love
of the Dog
Audio Slave.
fan?
More what?
Temple of the Dog fan?
I didn't listen.
Were you more Tribe Called Quest fan?
No.
I was a big fan of Audio Slave. I liked Audio Slave a lot.
Were they like a super
I like
group?
Soundgarden too.
Who were they mixed with? They were a supergroup, right? With like, was it Rage?
Yeah, it was Rage Against the Machine, just with Soundgarden
With Chris
singer.
Cornell, right?
Yeah,
With no Zach
Yeah.
De La Rocha.
yeah. But it was good. I was a fan of that. Yeah, bummer. It came out when I woke up this morning. I looked right there on the old Twitters and Facebooks, and it said that he died, and I was like, oh, well, that really sucked. And it was like 52, and he doesn't look 52.
No, he looks younger. And actually,
He looks incredibly young.
I didn't find out about this until I was listening to the radio. Like, I actually checked Facebook, and I didn't see anything. Like, not even friends that had posted, like, oh, sad to hear about Chris Cornell. I got all that later in the day, but, like, this morning when I was leaving for work, nothing. Didn't know about it until I heard it on the radio.
Well, I guess he died. Passed away, killed himself, whatever the situation is. At like midnight, they found his body, 12:30, but that was like Central Time. So
Was it? I heard it was a suicide. Is that true?
yeah, I guess I don't know how you say this. He hanged himself. He didn't
He-
hung himself.
Why do they say hanged? Why not hung?
He was hung by a jury of his peers.
He was hung
Yeah.
by a horse.
Yeah,
Was
He was
it
hung
like
like a
a
horse?
sexual thing, like David Carradine?
I don't know. I kind of hope that it is. Like, if it was, if that's how he went out, then it's not really a suicide, though, right? If he was jerking off
it's an
while
accidental
choking
suicide.
himself, yeah,
Well, do you
that
think,
would make more sense. I would hope. I mean, I don't. I say that would make more sense, but I really didn't know him. I haven't really followed his career. I liked the most recent Soundgarden album that came out like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but like he's always had like these substance abuse problems. Do you think it was something like that happened while he was drunk?
Has
or-
it really plagued him for a long time? Because I know in 2002 he went into rehab.
Yeah, but you can always
has it-
lapse.
Okay, I know that you can lapse, but there haven't been any reports that since he was in rehab there was an issue, right?
Not that I know of, but I mean, to be honest, he hasn't really been on my radar in a a just because, like you said, the last time
So, I
they
mean,
released new music was
You just threw it out there like he's been struggling with it off and on for
Yeah,
years, and he
off
went to
and
rehab
on.
in 2002. That's the way
Yeah.
you kind of made it sound.
well, yeah. Well, we don't know. The truth is, we don't know. That's what my question was. I didn't know if you knew.
It wasn't a question, though, the way that you threw it
I
out
said,
there.
could it be? And you said, well, I don't know.
Yeah, it blows.
Because I don't want it to be the depressing angle where he was sober the whole time and he just planned, I'm going to do one really good final concert and then I'm going to hang myself tonight.
Yeah, he played a show in Detroit last night.
Oh, it was right after a concert, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
It was.
there were a bunch of like articles like just trolling up the Twitter and Instagram feeds of last night at the concert because they said he did a great job at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you feel like, too, it had to be almost directly after because those concerts end at, like, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and he goes to his hotel room, and then, like, they find him a couple hours later, dead.
He got right off stage and immediately went.
I mean, I didn't find out till much later in the day that he had hanged himself, but, like, what was your initial thought? Like, when you found out he died, what did you think he died of?
I don't know. I honestly, when I saw it's like 52, I really just hoped that it was an illness. That's what I thought, is maybe a heart attack or
That's what I kind of
something
thought.
along those lines.
Like it was some sort of heart failure that he just collapsed and died.
Yeah.
My initial reaction was drug overdose, but
Yeah. I didn't think that because the last I'd heard is that, again, he was clean. I thought he was clean.
But could he have been on drugs?
Clearly, yes, he could have been on drugs.
Do you think it's possible?
Yes, it is possible. Statistically impossible.
Statistically
having a crazy
improbable?
lightning storm here. I might. I don't know if the power will go out. So.
I think it's funny because I got a snap from Rochelle earlier today that said it was like 90 degrees there, and like your garden was destroyed with snow like a couple days ago.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate the fucking weather here. Last Saturday, I was going to bed, and I thought to I'm checking the weather, because the one thing I've had to look out for ever since I planted my garden is frost. I thought to myself, we're clear of snow. It's May, but frost is still very much a possibility, and it's happened. And I've got some cloths that I cover the garden with, and it's been really great, and everything has been fabulous. My garden's been growing. So as I'm going to bed, I look at the weather, and the low is 42, and we're supposed to have this really big storm. We're supposed to get a ton of rain. So I thought to myself, wow, this is great. This will be really good for the garden. I don't have to cover it. Don't have to worry about frost.
It's that killer frost.
I wake up in the morning, on Sunday morning, and there's a window in my bathroom that overlooks my backyard and my garden. And I look out the window. The only thing that I could think to say is I just exclaimed, "What the fuck?" And my wife, it shocked her. She stirred, and she's like, "What?" And I didn't say anything. And there I am, staring out the window. She comes running in.
Did you have pants on?
No, I had my dick out. I was about to take a piss.
Just waving out the window.
Yeah, and there's an inch. We had an inch of snow.
Oh, I thought you meant your penis was an inch.
Well, that too.
Did you go outside to pee on the snow? To clear it out?
It was gone by the afternoon, but
it was just long enough to ruin your garden?
Yeah, of course.
Did you salvage anything from it, or is it all dead?
Yeah, the broccoli lived.
The one vegetable that nobody wanted.
The broccoli lived. I think the jalapenos might have survived. But the tomatoes the stems are really getting dark, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel like I can't grow a garden because it'll snow in the middle of July. On the mountain there was 21 inches of snow.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I can't escape it. So I've given up on everything, and I'm just ready for next winter. I just leave all the shovels out and just prepare.
Just have ice melts everywhere.
See, Michelle in the chat, Taserface in the chat says it is New Hampshire. Yes, it's New Hampshire, but it's the middle of May.
Yeah, but it's New Hampshire. It's also not like Mount Everest.
Yeah, the low was supposed to be 42.
Not 32.
Well, you know the saying, April showers bring Mayflowers.
And, snow showers. So stupid. But, so that was my excitement. for Mother's Day. What'd you do for Mother's Day, Joe? The pound sand.
Well, my mom wanted to go to the Red Sox game, but there was supposed to be some sort of nor'easter that was just rain. So we didn't go. And I'm not traditionally...
You disappointed your mother?
Well, yeah. I was fine with disappointing her. I'm not traditionally like a fan of going to the Red Sox games. I don't know about you guys.
My mom wanted to go to Fenway and call some black player the N-word.
But, like, I hate going there. Like, the seats are uncomfortable. Like, you kind of squished in there. It's always hot. I feel like we always sit directly in the sun. Like, just everything I hate about being outside is, like, focused in Fenway.
Not if you go to a night game.
Sometimes the night games are fine. It's just Mother's Day was at 1 p.m. and it was supposed to be warm. I just didn't want to deal with it. I don't like going there, and plus it ends up being expensive because we end up scalping tickets all the time.
Plus, it's embarrassing when you order a hot dog and your mom has to chew it up and spit it into your mouth in front of all those people.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to deal with that there.
Right.
So like,
does she do the same thing with the beer? Like, does she put that in her mouth
no,
and swish it
she
around?
can't.
And
She doesn't like the taste
spit
of
it
beer.
into your mouth.
She doesn't like the taste of beer. Angry Orchard, that's her drink.
Tequila?
No, just the Angry Orchard.
Cervezas?
We tried to get her on a Magners once, and she was in full tears by the end of the bottle. Like, it was just too strong for her.
She just gets trashed on Tecate all night.
So instead, we...
Mom, you want a beer? 2 Dos Equis for me.
She doesn't like...
Get it? Because it's
Dos Equis.
Mexican.
So instead, we assembled the bed that she
Drink
got for
Corona?
Christmas. It's been sitting in her house unassembled since Christmas, so we assembled her bed. And that was our Mother's Day.
Did you fuck her on it after?
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes, Matt. That's
Right.
ridiculous. I would never have done that.
Factual.
What? My mom's a hoarder. I don't know if we've talked about this before. She likes to keep things like her previous bed was fine. It was just a little tall, but she got this new like sort of platform bed that's close to the ground and a memory foam mattress. But she likes her old mattress so much she didn't want to throw it away, so now she just stacks the mattress underneath her memory foam mattress. So her bed's just ginormous again.
She's just stacking mattresses?
Yeah, she's using her old mattress as like the box spring to her new memory foam mattress.
That is kind of odd.
That's weird.
Because she's like, I love this mattress. I don't want to get rid of it. I'm like, you don't have anywhere else to put it.
But you're not using it.
You
You're
don't
not
have-
using the mattress.
Yeah, you don't have another bed. You're not using the old mattress. Like, can't you just throw it out or like have
Does she
somebody
still
pick
have-
it up? What?
Does she still have your brother's foreskins?
No, I don't think she saved that. I don't think you can save that.
In the freezer.
But like, yeah, like, so she just stacked. Like, she has 2 big mattresses.
Adam, what's
now.
the over-under that his mom has her brother's little calamari pieces in the freezer?
0?
In the freezer? I would say like on the mantle.
On the mantle,
They
all
don't
dried
have
out?
They don't
Yeah.
have a mantle.
Like beef jerky.
She seasoned them?
This isn't like
They're mesquite.
Meet the Parents. Like, they don't Meet the Fockers or whatever. It's like, she doesn't have it saved in like a photo album for hijinks later on.
Just to rub it in your face? Like, oh, look, we snipped
No.
your brothers.
I don't care.
When you finally
They don't care.
meet a girl, she's going to like bring it out and show it to him.
No, she doesn't save that stuff. She's so
Oh,
disorganized.
great.
Like I said,
Joe
she's a
brings
hoarder.
his first girlfriend over to the house.
Would never bring it over there.
Oh, so you haven't had a girlfriend?
What if you filled up the whole house with mattresses? So it was just a mattress like everywhere you went. Just lay down anywhere on the floor.
I mean, that sort of sounds like you're in a mental institution.
Battered walls.
Wait, so because Chris Cornell died, does that mean like nobody cares about Roger Ailes? Died?
Oh yeah, I forgot that he died today.
Everybody just forgot that Roger Ailes died.
Well, it's like, well, what's her name died? Like Farrah Fawcett, but then like Michael Jackson died like the next day, and then nobody talked about Farrah Fawcett.
Way to show me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Roger Ailes just died on the wrong day because
I mean-
now nobody's going to talk about him.
How many people
nobody really
know
cares
who he
though.
is?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I saw an article today with all the celebrities that were like tweeting about how great he was, but it was really just like all the conservative like Fox News people that said that, and then
Yeah.
like
Wasn't he like sexually harassing his staff with Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, so he was one of the people accused by like Megyn Kelly and a bunch
They're
of other
just
women.
teaming up.
And they Fox News ousted him last year, I think, or the year before.
How great would it be if there was like a reality show and it was just Roger Ailes and Bill O'Reilly just fucking harass? It was just sexual harassment. That's all it was.
Stern was doing a good bit about it last week, just because he was writing a musical about all the people that had been harassed at Fox News, and it's
What
about
was going
Roger
on with
Ailes.
Stern and taking a day off and then him freaking out?
I don't know
I
what that was
didn't
about
listen to it, but I heard it.
I
Like,
listened
he took
to
a day
it.
off from.
Yeah, he was sick last week, and then he saw like on Twitter and news organizations were saying something like I don't know, something about why he was taking a day off, like he was getting sued or something. And then he felt like he had to come in on Monday, even though he didn't want to, just to tell people he was out sick, and he didn't.
So if he
yeah.
didn't want to do that, why didn't he just tweet?
That's what somebody said on the show, and he's just like, my first thought is not to go to Twitter. Like, well, like, and then I thought,
Dude,
like, why would
he
you have
really-
to go to Twitter? Like, just tell your staff.
He's become so obnoxious.
Yeah.
In his old age now, and his show, and just the things that he talks about. Like, he used to destroy people for taking days off, and then when he takes a sick day, and then when he takes a sick day, of course, why wouldn't people talk about it?
Well,
Like,
even
he's been
on Monday
screaming about it for years.
when he was talking about it on Monday, he was just like, he wouldn't take a sick day if anybody else on the show like died. But like he said, I wish that Fred and Robin could have just like done the show without me on last Wednesday. And Fred's just like, well, I can't do the show. I'm not Howard Stern. So like, but
Right.
like I
you
think
can't
it's such
do the
a
Howard Stern show without Howard Stern.
yeah. And I thought it was such a poor excuse for him to say like, okay, well, I'm not going to tweet that I'm out sick because like, okay, if you don't want to tweet, tell Gary like there's no show because I'm out sick, and then Gary uses the Stern Show account and tweets no show. Howard is out sick.
That's what he tweeted.
No, they didn't do anything. So that's why people like had all these assumptions. Like,
All it
why-
was like TMZ accosting his wife on the street.
yeah,
Dude, he played like he wanted this attention. That's what he didn't come in on Monday and think that he was annoyed by the attention. I think he loved getting all of the
yeah.
attention.
Well, sure. That there's no reason. Like a part of him doing that show is because he loved the attention. He's not going to continue doing it well into his 60s because he hates the attention. He loves the attention. That's why he's doing it. Like he's said several times, "I want to retire. Like I want to just do what I want to do."
But he like complained about it the whole time.
Well, yeah,
It's like, what do I have to? Do I have to have my mom call me in sick to school?
Yeah. I mean, he just likes to complain.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's just like be a little bit more sincere about it. I think that's probably the thing that annoyed me the most is the insincerity of it. Just screaming about the fact that everybody else just wondered why they didn't do a show and why he has to explain himself. Motherfucker, you haven't done that ever. And you've screamed at everybody for taking time off and taking sick days.
Yeah, I mean, he said that he even said Monday he wouldn't take days off if people on the show died, except for maybe Robin. But like he just,
That's incredibly heartless.
yeah, like he's like, if Gary died, like we could still do the show without Gary. Like he's important, and we would probably do like a tribute to him. But like, I'm not taking the day off.
Not even like go to his funeral.
I don't know. So that's just what he said Monday. But I know you don't like Amy Schumer, but like he did like a Fox News like Roger Ailes musical bit with her that was actually pretty good, where they just like improvised a musical with Amy Schumer for a couple.
Do I
minutes.
come across like I don't like Amy Schumer?
Yeah, you've said several times I don't like that cunt.
Oh, weird.
Why is that not the impression that we're supposed to get from that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like her. I mean, I just didn't know if it was obvious.
If he did allow them, if Howard Stern did allow them to do the show without him, who do you think would take over the reins, like the lead role?
I don't know that anybody can talk as well as Howard does. Obviously, whoever takes over would have to have a conversation with Robin. I don't think he would want that to disappear.
I think Gary would be the most likely.
Hate Gary on the wrap-up show. I don't know if anybody else is just annoyed with Gary when he talks as I am, but like he seems like a great producer. It's just like I hate when he like has conversations with John Hine on the wrap-up show. I don't know.
Yeah, I think probably the best bet would be to have John Hine kind of ringlead the rest of them.
Yeah,
just do a wrap-up show. I think that's the only way to make it work.
it's just a wrap-up show of nothing.
Yeah, because you would need somebody to lead the others in conversation.
Right. I don't know that anybody else on the show really has that quality.
Richard Christie.
Richard Howard.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were
I don't
saying the
know,
other
man.
day that Richard is like a world-class drummer. Like he has such great drumming ability.
He is.
And he like squandered it to work on the Howard Stern show. Like he could be like so famous as a famous drummer.
I don't know that he squandered it. I think he's still a pretty famous drummer. A lot of people know him.
Yeah, he's
and
like, you're
he
a better
gets to
drummer.
play.
He's like, you're a better drummer than Ringo Starr, but more people know who Ringo Starr is. Like, that could be you.
Yeah, but in all reality, like, he probably would have gone completely unnoticed had he not been on the Howard Stern show. Because the chances of being in a band and being noticed at all is, like, it's so difficult to do.
Well, yeah.
And, it was probably easier for him to be on the Stern show and then get famous and be in a band through that.
Oh, yeah, Richard clearly doesn't regret it. It's just like Stern was just calling him out on like what a great talent he is. And
How much do you think Richard Christie gets paid? I've always wondered how much the guy...
I was kind of assumed
that
that
work on
everybody is like lowballed because everybody lives in these like shitty apartments. Like, because sometimes they post pictures of them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Aside from like Gary and Fred and Robin, like I just assumed everybody else is just like barely scraping by.
They got to be making a decent bit to live in New York.
Yeah.
Well, but like JD used to talk about how he hated his roommate, so like he clearly couldn't afford to live by himself either.
How old is JD? 30?
Mid-30s? I think he's a year or two older than me.
So, you didn't like Star Trek, the trailer for Discovery?
No, I'm sort of ambivalent about it. Maybe it's just because it's all scenes from the pilot, so maybe it'll get better after the pilot. But
let's get back to you in a second. Adam, what did you watch the trailer?
I haven't seen it.
You didn't watch it? God damn it!
I can pull it up.
Is it long?
It's like 2 minutes. It's clearly everything from the pilot, though.
Are there any characters we recognize?
Sarek? I think that's about it.
Ambassador Sarek?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was him.
You want to play it here? Let's see if I can full screen it.
Now available.
Hang on, sorry, man. I forgot to share it too.
It's okay.
Coming soon to your favorite torrent site because nobody's buying CBS All Access.
I mean, I'm totally not buying CBS All Access. I'll wait for the torrent.
Can't wait to torrent it.
10 years before Kirk, Spock, and the Enterprise.
Captain, where are we going? We have no map, and you can't set a course without a star.
There was Discovery.
It's hard to imagine. You've served under me for 7 years.
Commander Burnham.
I think it is time we talked about you having your own command.
She's Chinese.
2 to transport.
Wow.
Great unifiers of human.
I would say the graphics look really great.
Oh, really? I would say
often such leaders
they're not
will need
selling me on the graphics.
profound cause.
Like
I thought the graphics look really good.
I don't know. This whole thing feels
For
like
a television show?
It feels like
What am I looking at?
high-budget
Object
fan
of unknown
film.
origin.
We've come all this way, Captain. It would be irresponsible
because the graphics
to
look
leave
pretty
whatever
good?
that is unknown.
What have you done out there on the edge of Federation space?
Computer.
You can't tell me those graphics there don't look great.
Don't get me wrong. They look great for Star Trek.
Okay, goddamn.
Captain, warp signatures detected.
Contact Starfleet Command. We have engaged the Klingons.
You will never learn Vulcan.
Is that the same woman that plays Madame Gao?
Who is the
I'm trying to save
captain?
you.
The
I'm
Chinese
trying
woman?
to save all of you.
It's not Madame Gao.
We target its neck, cut off its head.
Starfleet doesn't fire first.
We have to.
My people were biologically determined for one purpose alone, to sense the coming of death. I sense it coming now.
bum, 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 bum. Darth Vader's breathing in the background.
I'm not a huge fan of the setting. I don't know why we're like stuck on these like TOS prequels or being in the TOS era.
Is this before the real TOS or the movie TOS?
So it takes place in the TV show timeline, not the movie timeline. But
why do the Klingons look that way?
But everything, that's what I was going to say. Everything in this trailer looks like it takes place in the movie timeline. It's got like the, I can't even think of the word, the thing where the lens flares. It has the lens flares. It has the Klingons that look exactly like the...
So what made me question it after I saw the trailer, if it was the movie timeline or the series timeline, is that she calls down, she's like, two to transport, and in Enterprise, clearly they couldn't transport people. And this is before Enterprise, right?
No, this is before the original series, but after Enterprise. But like a lot of the elements in the trailer are from the movie. Like the movie loves having the Enterprise just fall into a planet's atmosphere, and that's what happened here in the trailer as well. I don't know, and the dialogue is kind of wooden. I just like, sometimes when you see a trailer and you get all excited because like everything you really loved about like the series is in there, and I just didn't feel that with this.
To say that the dialogue felt wooden, the dialogue felt like any other series of Star Trek that I've seen.
It did seem
it's all wooden.
Annoying to have a character with a thick Chinese accent.
Yeah, I mean, granted, she's only credited for the pilot, so she's not in the rest of the series.
The dialogue in Next Generation is very stiff.
No,
and robotic and back and forth.
It may be in the first season, but it and granted, this is the first episode. Clearly,
and the rest of the series.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it's very.
It's not like this
very
at all.
Military.
It's not like
very
this at all.
military conversation. It's very stiff. It's very wooden.
No, I think they have a sense of fun.
Yeah, like
they have a sense of fun whenever they have fun, but the rest of it is very military conversation.
Well, they are a military ship.
Of course, I'm not saying that it's wrong.
It's wooden in the sense that like
it's
it doesn't
just that
sound,
that is the setting.
It doesn't sound natural, and like the stuff they, whatever. I don't want to get into it. It's clearly it's 2 minutes of a pilot episode that is months away.
See, Adam, he hated having a good time at Guardians of the Galaxy. And now he's hating.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just I don't have the.
Joe has
I'm
lost
not excited.
all fun. He cannot have fun
I'm
anymore.
not excited about this trailer. Like it wasn't cut very well, and they didn't. I don't know. It just seems.
Adam, what do you think Joe's critiques of seeing Metallica tomorrow are going to be?
Well, it was too warm out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be too warm out.
Why'd they have to play it in an open stadium?
Yeah, why
did they have to play so fast?
Why would I ever say that? Why would I ever say that?
It seemed like they were really heavy, and I didn't like that.
I would know that going in by listening to their music. That's such a dumb, fake criticism from you.
I mean, I know people
I feel like
it when
they
they're
really
heavy.
pandered to the audience when they played Enter Sandman.
That's not. You're missing the point of all of my criticisms and just trying to use it to your dumb benefit. There's too many lens flares in this too. Like it's just
their stage presence was too
no, it's just like
flamboyant.
Why did they make it why are they trying to make it look like the Star Trek movies? And granted, a lot of kids who have never seen Star Trek aside from those movies, that's all they recognize.
I think that's exactly. You just answered your question. I don't think
know.
you even
Who's
have to
the
explore
audience
it.
for this.
So wait, do you want like the production quality to be just one bridge set and then like
no,
away
I don't,
missions are like out in the California desert?
No, I don't want. That's not it, because like Deep Space Nine had
with sweeping
a lot
shots of a model that they
no,
used.
Deep Space Nine had a lot of great direction in it. I just don't think I don't need lens flares, and I don't need I don't know. You can have darkly lit sets, and the Klingons just look bizarre. I don't know. I just didn't get a good feeling off of it. I don't.
You don't get a good feeling off of anything anymore, it seems.
I really enjoy Star Trek, so I know what Star Trek is about, and that didn't feel like Star Trek to me.
Okay.
Well, the J.J. Abrams movies were pretty awful. Although I never saw the third one. Was the third one?
It was better than the second one.
The second one was awful.
There were some things I didn't like about the third one. We talked about it a bit, the sabotage part.
Yeah.
But they had some... It was nice that it like linked back to some of the Star Trek lore, at least.
I thought the trailer looked fine. I mean...
Yeah, but it doesn't
wasn't
excite you. Like, clearly it wasn't like anything that you're like, oh, I need to tune in for.
No, I definitely, actually, I need to tune into it. I'm going... Like, it looks good. It looks great. I thought the graphics looked pretty awesome. Those scenes where they're kind of floating around in space. I was like, fuck, that looks really good. This is going to be a really good-looking series.
Who's running the show?
I don't know anymore. Brian Fuller, who has worked on a bunch of stuff, like Pushing Daisies and Heroes and American Gods right now, left. He was originally supposed to do it, and then I guess production just got delayed too much.
No, like Brandon Braga or...
Oh, no, he's not anywhere on it.
And what the fuck is going on in that show?
American Gods?
Oh my god. Could that show be more of like an artsy bukkake?
I haven't
Jizzing
read the
all
book,
over
but I
itself.
assumed that's what the book was like.
I don't think so.
Have you read the
Everybody that
book?
I know that's read the book does not have that sentiment about it at all.
I mean, there are parts of American Gods that I've liked, but then other parts with like Shadow Moon where it just kind of moves slowly, and I don't really know where it's going. But I like the little side stories with the different gods. Like I like that Viking one that they had, where they crash on the beach.
I mean, it's fine. It's just like if it was the side story where it was an episode and it was more detailed, fine. But the fact that it's 10 minutes of an episode,
Yeah, it is kind of long. Like the one that was this week where it was like the lady that died in her
fuck
kitchen,
that.
and they just kind of she like walked
Both
up to a
of those.
portal. I actually kind of like that one.
Ugh. Dude.
What the taxi,
I don't know, man.
The taxi cab one with the guy with the fire eyes and they have gay sex. You didn't like that one?
I didn't know. Did he? What happened there?
I don't really know.
Did he grant the guy the wish, or did he transfer himself into a new body?
Yeah, I didn't really get the
What
ending
the
of
fuck
it.
happened?
But I don't know.
Anchor
Yeah, I
says
don't really
the
know
tech
what
on
happened.
Discovery looks much more advanced than the original series, which it can't be. I don't know if the
that's-
tech was more advanced. It was just the production values where...
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's the production value.
The problem
I don't have a problem with that because yes, exactly. Like it is the production value which has gotten better. Okay. I think you can look past that.
The problem is that they limit themselves by putting it before TOS because they know that they can't show a tech that's more advanced than TOS, but they have such...
Unless they time travel.
But they
Yes,
have
they
such...
absolutely can show
we have
tech.
No, they can't because like TOS didn't have stuff that have that kind of stuff. Like they can't have newer tech than TOS. It takes place 10 years before it. But like we have abilities...
No, I get that. I agree with you. I would have loved to have seen either a different story like that was current with like Deep Space Nine and Voyager and
Or
all
even,
that,
like, if it
or
was-
set in the future. Like I
Yeah.
would have loved to have seen that. I don't know why. I don't know what the fascination is with going back.
No, and we've
but
already
at the
had
same,
a prequel. Like we had Enterprise, and they've done the TOS reboot.
like you've already condemned it for that reason, though. It seems like you're already upset that that's
no,
what
I mean,
they've done.
when they announced
so that's why
that's
you
the
hate
time
it.
period. That's not why I hate it. When they announced the time
But
period,
you
I was-
hate it.
No,
You
I
haven't
don't-
even seen it. You
I
hate
haven't
it.
said I hated it. I said I didn't
You
enjoy
just
the
said
trailer.
that's not why I hate it. You just said that's not why I hate it.
I never said I hated it. You keep putting words
You
in
just
my
said
mouth.
that's not why I hate it.
That's not what I said.
You did. I
Well,
said
then
you've
it was
you've
an
already
automatic
decided
response.
that you
I
hate
don't
it.
hate
and you
it.
said that's not why I hate it.
I can't hate something I haven't seen. I don't like the 2 minutes I saw here. It could get better, which I'm hoping it does. I just don't like the 2 minutes I saw there. And yes, I was
Adam.
disappointed. Can you let me finish my
Does
point?
Joe hate the show? Does he hate it? He hates it already, right?
Whatever.
He's getting ready to.
I was
He hates
disappointed that they didn't set it like 20 years after TNG or something.
No,
like
that's what everyone wants. They want it to be post Voyager so we can see what happens in the future.
Yeah,
like that's what the fans want.
I would love that. I mean, I would love to see that. They're not doing that. Fine. We're here. This is what we have. I haven't condemned it for anything. I liked the trailer. The trailer's fine. It looks really nice. It looks, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be fun.
I didn't get that impression, and
I know you hate it already.
I don't hate it already, but like I did notice because like Entertainment Weekly or whatever pulled a bunch of like Twitter stuff that people were on the same page as me, not you.
Because they found you on Twitter. They found the
I didn't
views
tweet
on
anything
Twitter
about this.
No, I'm not. God damn it! You're so fucking literal. They found the people just like you that hate it already.
I doubt it. Most of the internet hates it already.
Did.
They didn't have to look too hard. So,
hold on.
It could be really good.
Yes, it could be.
Hold on. What are your thoughts, Adam? Like after seeing the trailer, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know enough to form an opinion. I mean, it was.
But just seeing
like,
that trailer, like, is that something? Wow, that looks interesting. I want to see that. I'm excited for it. Or
just seeing that trailer, I'm not excited for it. I'm more excited just because I'm a Star Trek fan. Like that.
Here's somebody who tweets: computer-activated igniters and ignite all the feels. And then there's a bunch of excited faces.
It did seem kind of action-y, and I know Star Trek action has never been that great. It's all about like the.
Here's somebody who's really excited to see the show.
Plays, not...
Brie Glenn said, "So disappointed that Star Trek Discovery will only be aired on CBS's paid streaming service."
Yes.
If it's character driven, then it'll be good. And if they don't try to fucking shoehorn in our current day problems into the stories, I'll be happy with it.
People don't realize that the ship that came out of the sky was the USS Shinzu. Michelle is the captain of that ship, Star Trek Discovery.
Well, the main character is a lieutenant or a commander or something. She's not the captain.
Watch the Star Trek Discovery trailer, and I hope the show is as good as the trailer. Loved it.
Yeah. Well, it's great when you read the Twitter ones that support your opinion, isn't it?
My Inner Child is coming out. Star Trek Discovery is coming. Finally. Love the trailer and can't wait to see it. Psyched that Star Trek Discovery has not one, but 2 leads who are women.
That's not 2 leads because the captain disappears after the first episode.
This person said, "God damn it, at CBS, those aren't Klingons." So I'm just saying, there's plenty of people who are excited about it.
And also not excited about it.
Anchor says, isn't every show character driven?
No.
No. The movies completely sacrifice their characters to throw in a lot of action and do things that were completely out of the realm of the characters' personalities.
They always position them as the summer blockbuster movie, and that means it needs to have a lot of action and little thought. I don't think you get CBS All Access for free, even if you have Comcast Anchor. You get CBS All Access for free if you torrent it, though.
You get everything for free.
Yeah, it's an additional like $6 or $7. Like they want like Netflix money for having a service that doesn't deliver the same content as Netflix.
It's like an HBO.
Yeah.
Do they have any exclusive content besides this Star Trek show?
Yeah, The Good Wife. Seriously, it's those 2.
Is there anything good on network television?
Yeah, this
at all?
Like, who's going to CBS All Access? I have no idea. Like, irrespective
I don't know
of
who's
Star
going to
Trek,
go to the series. Well, I mean, I guess there's plenty of people who are like on the up and up that will pay for it.
I mean, granted, if you're a Big Bang Theory fan, like the only place you can probably find it is CBS All Access, like to stream. But like, are you really that big of a fan? You're going to pay $7 a month to watch any episode?
It's on syndicated like every fucking
but you can't
TBS.
You can't choose the episode you're watching.
Do they have a price yet on what All Access is going to be?
Yeah, it's like $6.99 or $7.99. They've announced it a bunch of times.
Also,
there are ads in the show. It's not ad free.
If they could get the price point down on all this shit, right, where you could pick and choose what you want, like where it made sense. Like if every channel was $3 or something, and it's like, well, I really like CBS, so I'm going to pick CBS and AMC and Fox.
They're never going to do that because CBS and ABC and Fox and all of them, they have a bunch of smaller audience channels that you subsidize when they sell it to you in a package. So, like, I don't even know if this is still a channel anymore, but, like, G4, when that was a channel, like...
It's freeform
There's
now.
not many people that watch
Esquire.
it.
Esquire is G4.
There's not that many people that watch it, but they give it to you because you're paying to have it in a
That's
package.
what I'm saying. But all of that goes away. Like, that all disappears. Like, all the bullshit stuff ends up disappearing. Like, you don't pay for CBS. CBS is run by the advertisers because it's network television. You get that for free anywhere. You don't have to pay for anything. But I'm just saying, like, if they actually decided, hey, for $2.50 or $3, you pick your channel, and or even if it's more, like, I don't know how many channels you would like to pick. Like, how many channels do you watch? Like, if you had no streaming, let's say the torrent stuff, like whatever, something happened and you couldn't torrent, and they said, all right, $3 a channel. What are you buying?
Does that include the over-the-air channels?
What do you mean over-the-air channels?
Like the stuff I could get if I just plugged in my antenna?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that I would buy any channels, honestly. And I can't.
What I'm saying is everything turns into like this CBS access, right? Like it's $3, and $3 gets you unlimited access to everything CBS has to offer, streaming whenever you want, so you don't have to catch stuff live anymore.
Yeah, but I would hate that on a personal level, just because I don't want to have 20 different streaming apps on my Xbox or Roku or whatever. Like, why can't it just all be in one place?
But what if Roku designs that for you? Like, you just pay for the channels. Like, whatever. They come up with CNET or something.com, where it packages everything together. You pick your channels, and it's $3, and it looks just like a cable outline, but you're only paying for what you want.
Only way I would ever do that is if I literally could not get any other streaming service and I couldn't watch what I want on demand. I'm saying that's the only reason to do it.
Okay, what channels would you buy?
So fucking difficult. God damn it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I get the USA Network for wrestling. I get AMC for its great shows.
HBO, I guess.
Well, we have to pay for that anyway. That's about it, really.
TNT, TBS, I don't know. No, they don't really have any original content.
TBS? Yeah, I was going to say.
I can't think of the channels that I would actually... CW?
Like, I would definitely... Like, I would have to have HBO because I watch a lot of stuff on HBO. I would really want AMC because there's a lot of shows on AMC that I like. FX, I guess think
FX,
that there's
or FXX.
Stuff. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know that I would pay for FX and FXX. Like, if it was $4 and I got FX and FXX, then sure.
Well, no, because I think all the new series go to FXX, right? Isn't, like, Sunny on there?
I don't know. I just know, like,
I think they do that there
Louis,
just to get people to...
Yeah, to watch it.
Like, I like Louis a lot. I liked...
Is he going to make new Louis?
I'm sure he will eventually.
I think he just got tired of it.
He takes breaks. He takes extended breaks. Kind of like how Larry David takes breaks with his show. But yeah, there's...
You wouldn't get stars for American Gods?
I guess I would. I kind of want to see where we end up here with the show. Like, it's baffling the fuck out of me, but I'm watching it every week, so... I'm just annoyed by the character development and what's happening. Like, wasn't he was going to die last week because he lost a fucking chess match?
Yeah, but then he played chess again, and then he won.
Seemed to skirt his way out of that one pretty easily.
Yeah, because he's starting to believe in the power of gods. He made it snow with the power of his belief.
Would you get ESPN Classic?
No, I wouldn't even get regular ESPN.
How would you get your sports highlights?
I wouldn't care either way.
What channel is Superstore on?
NBC. I would probably
here
NBC and like CW. Like those are the two channels I watch the most.
Of
ABC.
course, yeah, you would have to. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you could customize your plan and get the channels that you wanted, might not be that bad of a deal because you could end up paying, $20 or something, $30 on these channels, and you're going to watch those channels, watch the shows that are on them.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to live in that world.
Anchor brought up Fargo. He said it's starting to get good again. I love Fargo. I think Fargo the show is amazing every season. It's one of the greatest shows.
I think it's fantastic just how everything is just happenstance on the show.
It's crazy. Like, it's just everything is an unfortunate accident. Like, everything could have been prevented. And they just make awful decision after awful decision, and it turned, the outcome is terrible.
What did you think of that whole episode that was in Hollywood?
So I haven't seen the most recent episode yet. I'm up to episode 3. So I think there's 5 now, 4 or 5. I just haven't had a chance to see the other 2. But I love the tone of every season. Anchor's saying that he likes the first few episodes, or every season, the first few episodes I don't like. Then it gets really good. I like the minute it starts. I'm always hooked. I get a really big hunger to watch the movie again. I love Fargo. Everything about it's great.
Those accents are so charming.
They always get those people to do a really good job on the accents, too.
What did you think of that whole episode that was in Hollywood?
I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen that episode yet.
Oh, I thought that was like the 3rd episode.
I would say remind me again what happened, but I don't want you to spoil it if I haven't seen it.
It's just the woman police officer goes to Hollywood. I mean, it's the entire episode, so you obviously...
Yeah, I don't...
That's all that happens in the episode.
No, I have not seen that episode yet.
It's a definite change of pace.
God, I love that show. I've been watching Better Call Saul, too, and this season has been, so fun for Breaking Bad fans.
Yeah, the return of Gus.
Return of Gus.
Did you hear on Fargo? They're talking about some guy that hooked them up with that bad guy was named Airman Trout. You think that's an intentional call to Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad?
Maybe.
Yeah,
are they on the same?
It's that fella Airman Trout. He hooked us up with the loan.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What if it turned out they were in the same universe?
That would be pretty funny. Dude, I like every episode of Better Call Saul. Is just there's so much fun with that one too. Like, even when I saw The Receptionist, when she gets brought in for the first time this season, I remember just thinking wow, I was so excited to see her.
Francesca.
Yeah, if you're not watching Better Call Saul, I highly recommend it. Are you guys excited? I see that in the chat, Anchor brought up that new X-Men series on Fox. I haven't seen a trailer. I thought I saw
I watched
a teaser.
The trailer. It was really good for The Gifted. Yeah, it was really good. Stephen Moyer from True Blood's in it, and he plays a sort of FBI guy. That
So if Stephen Moyer was in the Star Trek trailer, then you probably would have been butt-sized, right?
No, I don't care. But he plays a sort of FBI guy that tracks down mutants. And again, it's sort of weird because they say in the trailer that the X-Men are no more, the Brotherhood's no more. You don't really know where it sort of takes place. Is it in its own separate universe? Is it in the Logan universe or what? But Stephen Moyer's kids turn out to be mutants, and then he decides that he's going to leave his job of being this guy that tracks down mutants to protect his kids. It looks pretty cool.
Adam, if a bunch of True Blood characters were in Star Trek, how excited do you think Joe would be?
As they're True Blood characters or just the same actors?
As the,
I don't know,
I'm going to ask you
Dwight
both.
from The
I'm gonna ask
Office is
you
in Star
both
Trek, but I don't
questions.
care.
I think he'd have a half chub.
No, I don't care.
Half chub. He's acting like he wouldn't care, but
I
he
don't
totally
care.
would
Dwight from The Office is in Star Trek, and I don't care. I love Dwight. I love The Office,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't care
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't wowed by that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at
Yeah, but if
at some of
fucking Bill Compton rips his shirt off,
I don't care
starts
about
bleeding
Bill
out of his
Compton.
mouth.
I'm looking at some of the characters in the X-Men show. Stephen Moore is Reed Strucker. Is this the Strucker that was in X-Men 2?
If Alexander
Stryker.
Skarsgård
That's Stryker.
started butt fucking Sookie,
But I've seen that already on True Blood. Like I don't care
Yeah.
if that happens
You're like,
anywhere
ooh.
else.
True Blood reunion.
Well,
Wait,
yeah, I
on
would
Star
tune
Trek.
in for a True Blood reunion, but
Wait, wasn't
it's Stryker, General William Stryker.
no, wasn't Strucker that guy in Captain America: Civil War, or was that Baron Zemo?
I don't know.
I know-
Stryker doesn't sound familiar.
I know there's a Captain America villain named Baron Strucker. I'll do
I don't
some
know.
more
The Gifted,
Googling.
the Gifted trailer looked good. You should give it a watch.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. The show.
There's
I'm
also
more excited for Star Trek, though.
There's also like a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spinoff, Inhuman or Inhuman, something like that. It's coming next season.
Yeah, I don't think I'll
another comic book property.
Oh no, Baron Strucker was
Sick of that shit.
at the end of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. He was holding Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver hostage, and then he's there at the beginning of Avengers: Age of Ultron when they waste him.
But that's not the same as this guy, right? From The Gifted?
I mean, the name Strucker is the same. Could be like relatives or something.
Joe, you excited for Metallica tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm excited. I've been listening to a little bit this week to prepare myself on Spotify.
Have you memorized the new album so you can sing along?
I'm so happy that Avenged Sevenfold will not be there.
You don't like Avenged Sevenfold? I actually kind of
I
like them.
can't stand it. No, they're so terrible. You like Avenged Sevenfold?
Yeah, that was an Octane. They're on Octane all the time.
Ugh. Adam, do you like Avenged Sevenfold? Bat Country?
I don't know. I don't hate them. I don't really
Pull
listen
up,
to them much.
Pull up Bat Country by Avenged Sevenfold.
Are you a fan of Volbeat?
I don't mind Volbeat. I wouldn't say that I'm a fan, but I don't mind them. What about you? You like the Volbeat?
I don't think I know any of their songs. I
I've
kind of
heard-
wish there was
yeah.
no opener and it was just Metallica for 4
Oh
hours.
my god, dude! So hold on before you play Bat Country.
Yeah.
I've been like checking out the set list for Metallica,
Oh, yeah?
and it is a little disappointing on this tour. Like, it's not a fun collection of Metallica music. It's like they're really pushing. It's 5 songs from the Hardwired album.
Yeah, they're playing
5
a lot of new
songs from the
songs.
5 songs from the Black album, and then you get a pepperidge of like 1 song, 2 songs maybe from Justice, 1 song, maybe 2 songs from Ride the Lightning, like nothing, maybe 1 song from Load. So,
Yeah, I've been
It's,
following the set lists too. They post them on Instagram after every show.
dude, one thing I was kind of bummed about, if you watch that set list, it's like they've been off and on. It's either For Whom the Bell Tolls or Fuel. And if this rings true, tomorrow we will be listening to Fuel and not For Whom the Bell Tolls.
They played Bells at the last show.
Kind of
kinda-
bums me out.
They played Sanitarium. I'm kind of glad I don't really care about hearing that song.
Which one?
Sanitarium.
Say that again. I can't hear what you're saying.
Sanitarium.
Oh, Sanitarium.
I kind of don't really care to hear Nothing Else Matters either.
Yeah, but it's Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman. That's how they're closing the set.
That's how they end every
Which is
show.
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah, they've ended every single show with Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
I mean, I am psyched to hear the new songs.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I'm excited to hear a lot of the music, but I am just bummed that it's not more of a this is the first tour they've done in a long time, and I get it. They're really pushing the new record. It's the Hardwired tour. Makes sense, but
You prefer
Yeah.
they didn't play as much Hardwired?
no, I'm fine with the amount of Hardwired, but maybe less Black Album, more everything else.
I hope we get some good, Kill 'Em All. I'd like to hear, Four Horsemen.
Yeah, I would sacrifice listening to Nothing Else Matters and Enter Sandman for, anything extra off of Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets.
They have to play the biggest hits, though.
Yeah,
That's what
I
gets
know.
cheeks in the seats.
Yeah, that's how you fill a 80,000 seat stadium.
Yeah, because if they didn't do that, then people would, savage them on Twitter.
Okay.
Like, where's Enter
Excuse me?
Sandman?
I understand. I mean, kick Volbeat and Avenged Sevenfold off.
Well, he's not.
And play.
They're not going to do
other-
like a 4-hour Metallica show. Like,
Did you follow, a couple years ago where they did, a short world tour, and they let each city vote on which songs they would play?
Yeah.
And, almost all the cities voted for, all the hits that they would have played regardless every time. There were only, 1 or 2 cities where they played some rare tracks.
Yeah, that would be cool. I wish that happened.
I think, every European city voted to play Whiskey in the Jar.
this is a popular song.
Whiskey in the Jar. It's a pretty good impression.
And I'm a do the moon jar.
Wait, so who is opening for them tomorrow? Is it Volbeat?
Yeah.
So you have Local H, which is playing. They won some sort of contest to open up the show. Then it's Volbeat.
Is that an
and
actual
then there's-
someone? I thought it was just local act.
No, it's called Local H. It's you know the song. They have one really massive hit from the 90s. God, I can't remember the name of that song. And you just don't get it. Keep it copacetic.
That one?
Yeah, that's Local H. Da, 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 da. Yeah,
I wonder if they're
that.
going to play that tomorrow.
I'm sure they definitely will.
They've been around since the 90s, and they had to win a contest.
Yeah, I know,
That
crazy.
sucks.
That's so stupid, right?
Wait, so they're only playing here in Massachusetts? Like they don't go to the next destination?
Yeah, exactly. They're
Yeah.
only playing here. They won a contest, which is kind of sad. Like a band that had a huge #1 hit, back in the 90s,
had
has
to win a contest
competition.
to play and to be the opening, very opening.
They had to get voted in.
Yeah.
It's pretty miserable. But there's a DJ. There's some Grandmaster Mike.
How many opening acts are there?
It's the same amount that would have been there if Avenged Sevenfold, but instead of Avenged Sevenfold, you get Grandmaster Mike, DJ Grandmaster Mike. I don't know.
That stinks. I'd actually rather have had Avenged Sevenfold.
Well, he's probably just playing tunes while they change the stage setup.
I mean, what are you going to do, Adam, before the show? I don't really think that I care to see. I don't care to see any of it, except for Metallica. I only care about Metallica. I'm not going in there to watch Local H. They can go pound sand.
Well, I'm hoping a lot of people are like you because, I got the general admission ticket, so I'm going to have to fight for my position. So I want to get as close to the front as I can.
I'm pretty sure you got seats, dude.
Yeah, didn't you say you got seats and not?
No, there's no seats on the floor.
No,
Are you
I
sure?
thought you said you got.
Yeah, I'm positive.
No, never mind.
Are you positive? I thought there were seats
There were
on
seats
the
when we
floor,
went.
except for the snake pit.
There were seats when we went on the floor. I don't know that they're necessarily there all the time.
Well, for different concerts there were, but not this
Yeah.
concert.
Like,
The Guns N'
Does it
Roses
not
show
say
had seats.
seat? I thought my ticket said seat. There's a seat that I have on the floor.
No, mine just says general admission. So
Huh.
unless
you
you
guys
actually
got general admission too?
unless Matt got
Yeah,
a
I'm-
seat somewhere.
I'm down on the floor, son.
Does it say general admission or does it say seat B27?
I'd have to look at it.
I mean, look
I
at
don't
the
know.
Metallica Instagram for the previous shows. People are just smushed in.
They just broke the seats.
They threw them all. So we don't need no seats.
Fuck them seats. Yeah, I mean,
Are
it
you
doesn't
getting the
matter.
snake
Once that show starts, you don't think that you're just gonna be at the mercy of the crowd anyway?
Well, if you're in a seat, you're probably okay.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, it looks like they're just smushed in there.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me go.
no
look at my
seats.
fucking-
That's a show from MetLife Stadium.
The Matt's actually worried. He's like, I gotta check my ticket. Am I not on the grounds? Am I in a real seat?
Okay. I got general admission. Hold on. Yeah, it says rain or shine. Does your ticket say rain or shine?
Probably. I'm not going to check because I know I paid the most. That was the one for the one on the ground.
It says Friday, May 19th, 2017, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. for local H, though.
I paid $160.50 for this ticket.
That was like 188 or something after your fees.
Yeah, the fee on there is $18.25.
People smushed in.
General admission 4. General admission. It says general admission GA4 and also says GA16 on my ticket. Is that what yours says?
I'd have to go get it. I don't know.
Weird. Oh, it does say standing room only. Oh, cool. Are you really going to stand through all those other bands?
I mean, if I want a good spot, I'm going to have to.
You'll be fine. But you'll make your way. Again, you're at the mercy of the
Yeah.
crowd. It doesn't matter
I
what
don't
time
think-
you get in
Do
there.
you really
You'll
need to
fine.
be like at the front of the crowd?
I mean, I want to be close enough to see if James Hetfield is circumcised.
Are you going to buy a shirt?
Yeah, I'll buy a shirt.
You've been to a show there
No.
before, right? You know, like the monitors are huge, right?
You know,
don't
a shirt's
have
going to be like $50.
Shirts are going to be a waste of money.
I was thinking like 40.
I kind of hate band shirts because it's never like the heavyweight cotton. It's like the really thin T-shirt material.
How much were those shirts at Guns N' Roses? Weren't they like $60?
Yeah, and I think they were out of a bunch of them.
But you
You're
have to
like-
make sure people know that you were at that show.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, but you can buy this hoodie."
Dude,
no thanks.
Joe and I went to Guns N' Roses and we walked. I said, "Oh, I'm going to go buy a shirt. I want people to know that I was at this show." I saw a $60 price tag and I said, "Fuck that. Let's go buy a beer." And the beer places were closed.
Yeah. Literally, as we got up to the line, because we got into line for beer, as we got up to the counter, they're like, "We just sold our last beer."
The beer was $65.
We're not allowed to sell. We're not allowed to sell beer anymore. It's like, well,
I'm like, well, why did we wait in line? Like, couldn't you tell people in line like there's no more after this person?
Are you going to pay $40 to park too?
we have to.
Yeah, is there another option?
What's the other option?
We just walk to Foxborough from here?
That's what gets me, because they have that huge parking lot anyway. And if,
Yeah,
if
and I
you
just-
just go there to shop, you don't have to pay to park. They're just raping you.
What is it, on the honor system?
Can we go to Olive Garden first and just eat at Olive Garden and then walk over there?
Is there an Olive Garden over there?
Yeah. Hey, we're going to Bass Pro Shop. Let's buy some fishing lures and then walk over.
I'm going to be in here for 4 hours testing out.
To be fair,
Yeah.
like they don't know that
You
that's
don't
what you're
understand.
not doing. Yeah, like you could just
I
go
don't
into
care
a bar.
about Metallica, but I really want to eat at Toby Keith's tonight.
That's fair.
Toby.
I did see. I got an email from them that was basically like, "It's $40 for parking. Cash is preferred."
Do you think that anybody
Well, I wouldn't want to upset you.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody's going to go there tomorrow night and just be like, "Oh, all these fucking people going to see Metallica. They just wanted to go to Toby Keith's."
Yeah, I'm
Bar and
positive.
grill.
It's
They're gonna
Friday night, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to get drunk at Toby Keith's. What are all these bums doing here?"
I just want to get fucked by some hot guy in a...
Drinking
in a
my-
Do you
cow-
think
in
that
a
like when they do a
cowboy
show
hat.
like this, right? Like Alien Covenant comes out tomorrow and they have that movie theater there.
Yeah.
Like do they suffer Like, oh fuck, we're definitely not going to see a movie
The ground's
tonight
just
at
shaking.
at the Showtime cinemas because fuck, Metallica's playing. The traffic's going to be awful.
Do you think they
It's big 40
reinforce that building like so it's earthquake proof, just so they don't feel?
Dude, we should totally do that. Can we go in there tomorrow and just be like, yeah, we've come to see Alien Covenant? And you think they're going to charge us $40? I'm sorry. You have to spend $40 to park to see Alien Covenant and the price of admission to the movie.
I think it's just on the honor system because they can't. How are they going to tell either way? Like there are people all over, but they stop you if you're saying, "Oh, I'm here for the concert." Then they want $40. But if you're here, if you're like, "Oh, I'm just going shopping," then they can't charge you the $40.
It can't be the honor system because then everybody would just be like, nope. You're like dressed. You got
the problem is
Metallica
that
pants on, Metallica shirt, and a Metallica headband. You're like, I'm just going shopping over at the the fucking Claire's.
But the shopping parking lot fills up fast, so then you're forced into the like paid areas.
Wait, you get there early enough and it's free parking?
Well, no. Like if you tell them that I'm here to shop. I mean, granted, if you're decked out in Metallica gear, they're not going to believe you.
Did they have people policing the retail lots?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, we parked in front of the movie theater and paid $40 for it at Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. It was really dumb.
And it was stupid.
There was plenty of parking.
It was Wednesday night. We definitely could have been there to see whatever fucking shit dick movie was out that night. We should try that. Let's try that tomorrow. Let's just be like, oh, we're here to see Alien Covenant.
We're here to see Alien Covenant, and then we're going to Toby Keith's.
We'll fuck it up, and then she'll ask, like, when we get up to the lady, she'll be like, what movie are you here to see? And I'll say Alien Covenant, and Joe will say Snatched, and they'll be on to us.
Well, he's lying.
Nobody's here to see that.
I'm here to see Snatched. I'm really clamoring for the return of Goldie Hawn.
I'm excited.
How did Snatched perform in the Fantasy League?
Very poorly.
Never got a report, so I assume that's not good.
It's not good. I think
lost points.
I don't. It did not make any money, and I think the Metacritic was 40 something.
It was a rough weekend because it was the weekend after Guardians.
It's going better than King Arthur.
Guardians is going to win, but yeah, it kind of sucked. I don't know. Had a little bit of hope it might have train wrecked, or done as well as train wreck, but it wasn't a tough weekend because Guardians was definitely going to win again.
Yeah, I mean, clearly. Although I thought Guardians would have done better. Well, what do you think, guys? Do you want to get into Trump stuff, or do you want to end the show?
I'll get into some Trump stuff.
I'm not as well versed, but I'll see what I can do.
Do you want to talk about Trump, or do you want to end on a peaceful note and just see each other at the concert tomorrow? Do you want to ruin our relationships, or do you just want to have a good time at a Metallica concert?
I'll let you call it, Joe.
Do you want to hate Adam and his political views just a little bit more?
Nobody hates me or my political views.
I don't particularly want to fight it about...
You just want to get drunk and enjoy Metallica.
Because nothing... granted, a lot of stuff has happened in this past week, and...
Nothing's happened this week.
I mean, it clearly has. He's admitted to everything that's happened.
You've admitted to everything that's happened.
Okay, see... I don't want to
start
it. Yes, I don't.
You won't even admit to admitting to anything.
All right, I don't want to hop into that. See, like that just makes me not want to talk about it.
You want to risk the C word getting thrown around and losing listeners, or do you just want to enjoy Metallica tomorrow?
Kind of just want to enjoy Metallica at this point.
Can you play Murder One to end the show? I want to hear that song.
I actually have a Chris Cornell song queued up for the show.
Screw him. He's dead.
He killed himself. Fucking selfish shit.
Yeah, but like next week when we talk about the Metallica show, like I could play a Metallica song and it makes sense.
They fired Chris. Chris. What's the Comey? What's his first name? Comey. Something Comey.
They fired him like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we didn't talk.
Did we talk about it?
No, not really. A little bit because
Joe and I argued a little bit.
Yeah,
and it was dumb.
It was a couple.
Oh yeah, at the very end. Because then you said you were annoyed by what he said. So, yeah, I mean, I guess all we can hope for is that Trump gets impeached, right?
No,
I mean,
that's not at all
kind of a
what's
long
gonna
ways
happen.
off if it happens.
Why do you even want him to get impeached? I mean, it's not like Hillary wins if he gets impeached.
No,
I didn't say
it's
that.
It's not that.
No,
like,
I'm not
Hillary,
you. I'm just saying people in general.
It's not that Hillary would go in. I think people don't like how erratic his behavior is, because there's always like something happening in the White House, and like I know if I were a Republican lawmaker, I'd be upset that the focus is always what's happening at the White House and not passing my dumb legislation.
It would take like 12 impeachments to get to a Democrat. You get Pence.
That's not what people are saying. Like, so yes, the next, if Pence would be the next, but like if it depends on what they impeach Trump on. So like if they impeach him for,
They're not going to impeach him on anything because he hasn't done anything
well, yeah,
wrong.
but this is theoretically. If they were to impeach Trump on obstruction of justice for firing James Comey, it could be argued that Pence was in on it because he knew about it and didn't stop him. So the next line of succession after him would be Paul Ryan. And I think people would sort of be okay with Paul Ryan for the most part. If
I mean, Gerald
he
Ford wasn't in on Richard Nixon's Watergate.
Yeah, but it can be argued that Mike Pence was because everyone knows that it was him.
So drag it out for another year.
Yeah. So, but like after Pence is Paul Ryan, and everybody knows like Paul Ryan, if gets himself in the White House, he's not going to leave. He's not going to behave like Trump is and have all these scandals all the time. He's going to use it to pass all of his legislation that he wants because he's going to sign whatever comes out of the House at that point.
Even more scandalous shit.
You think Paul Ryan would be scandalous?
Yeah.
Why?
He's a Washington insider scumbag.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is, but like I feel like there's less. You won't be hearing about stuff that happens at the White House all the time if he's president.
I mean, he's way more susceptible to lobbyists than I think Trump is.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. I don't think Paul Ryan
And
has his own thoughts.
That's what I want to go back to, where we don't hear anything about the White House.
Yeah, like I know people didn't like Obama, but like at least it wasn't like in my face every day about something that was happening at the White House. I could forget about it for a long time.
Do you think Anchor is ever going to get a different picture than the fucking Anchor's beard oil?
No. He changes his name every week, but like the Anchor picture stays the same.
I mean, that beard oil thing is 4 years old at this point, right?
Or longer.
When did we get the beard oil sponsorship?
We were in the garage at the time. Was that like 3 years ago?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Pence either. Like, he's way too religious for my taste. But
what's wrong with being religious?
Because it's fine
family values.
It's fine being religious. I don't agree that you should be using your religion
You can have
to pass legislation.
family values without religion.
Yeah, because then it becomes he just wants Christian laws, and if you're Muslim or if you're atheist or if you're Unitarian or something that's not Christian, then you suffer.
Do you think female genital mutilation should be allowed in America?
No. Why?
Yes.
Why would I want that?
But it's a practice of Muslims.
It's not allowed in
it's
America,
not.
and
But
it is a religious
some are
thing.
arguing it should be because
it's religious. It's a Christian thing to hate gays. I don't think that should be allowed in America.
It's not a Christian thing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's clearly a Christian. It's in
No,
the Bible.
it's not.
It's
That's
in the
absurd
Bible.
to
Yes,
say.
it is.
It's in the Bible to stone gays. And granted, yes, it is also in the Quran, but it is a religious thing to hate gays, and I don't think we should have that.
The Christian is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
And also stone gays. That is
But
in the Bible.
that was in the Old Testament, the Jewish section. So
See,
you
I'm
should
just
say it's
saying,
a Jewish thing.
Why not have zero religious-based laws?
You know what else is
It's
in the
fine
Old
to be
Testament?
religious.
When God created Earth.
Well, there shouldn't be religious-based laws, but a lot of our morality comes from religion.
A lot of his morality comes
No,
from, like, there
it's,
shouldn't be, like, abortion. Well, why don't you let the person choose and don't force your abortion-related Christian issues on me? Like, that's fine. You keep it for yourself, but don't make that
a
law.
larger argument than a religious issue.
Listen, I don't want religious-based laws, and I don't want his religious-based morality to guide our laws.
You could argue any laws based on religion.
You could argue that, but when they don't place restrictions on people to do what they want to do, then, that doesn't have to be based on religion. I could argue that my religion says you shouldn't have a gun and then pass a law for that. And then you would say, like, well, that's a religious law. We can't have that. People don't like it when you take away their rights. And that's become apparent now with healthcare because they don't like it when the Republican healthcare bill took away people's ability to get healthcare, to have stuff covered.
But it didn't take anything away.
It did. It literally, that was how they got Republicans to sign for it that wouldn't sign for it before, is by allowing them to not force required conditions.
Do you think everyone should be forced to buy the state health care?
I think we should have what everybody else in the world has, the single-payer health care. I don't think you should have to pay...
Everybody else in the world?
Yes, everybody else in the world. We're the only country that doesn't have this.
Literally the only country.
Well, you know what I mean.
I don't know if that's true.
Nation, yes. The only developed nation that doesn't
So you
have...
can't just say things like that.
Okay. We're the only developed nation that, like, where you can go bankrupt and die for not paying your medical bills.
That can't be true either.
That is true. You can look it up. Seriously. And we actually almost had that kind of healthcare system with Franklin Roosevelt, but he didn't pass it at the last minute.
Hold on. Let me Googs this. Hold on. Is America the only developed...
Joe, all the fucking bugs are getting in your house because you have no screen on your window.
I know. I should probably close the door.
Oh, here we go. Is America the only industrialized
whatever it is
nation without universal? Well, I mean, it's a big deal there. Pretty big deal. China doesn't offer it. Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Everything else. And China is communist, so...
So the solution is...
I'm just saying, you fucking spout facts that aren't real. You can't just do that.
The solution is... the problem is the cost of healthcare. It's not...
Yes, but if it's single-payer healthcare...
Japan...
You don't pay more now than what you're currently paying, and
is
everybody
India
gets covered.
Considered
and doctors don't go through insurance companies. They bill the government, and the government pays the doctors. There's never any question.
So the taxpayers are paying the doctors.
Yes,
if they bill the government.
The government. Everybody just
so the
pays
taxpayers
the government.
are paying for other people's medical care.
No, your taxes pay. That's the whole point of insurance. You don't know if you're going to get cancer tomorrow or if you're going to crash into a car and break all your bones. Like, that is the point of insurance.
But if healthcare was affordable,
yes,
maybe...
and that's what single payer is. You don't you don't get strung down with all of these medical bills. You're already paying taxes, so your taxes go towards your health insurance. You don't have to pay anything else. There's not an additional bill.
But it's
just instead of money going to insurance companies, it goes directly to the doctors.
I think if government gets involved with healthcare, then the quality of healthcare will go way down.
That's not the case at all.
It is.
A lot of other countries have done this for
decades.
There's
no incentive.
Yeah, there's a lot of other countries that have done this for decades, and their healthcare has not gone way down.
Which countries?
You name it, like Canada, UK, France, Italy.
Those countries are a lot smaller than America.
Canada is bigger than America.
Yeah, but
in
population
land size,
density,
population.
I don't know how big their population is.
And it's a more uniform population, too.
That shouldn't matter, though. Everybody's already paying taxes, and instead of the government paying subsidies to
Antarctica has universal health care.
Instead of the government paying subsidies to insurance companies, they instead pay hospitals and doctors' offices. There's nothing extra that comes out of you except you don't go bankrupt if you get into an accident or if you get sick.
But the problem is the cost...
And everything is covered.
If you're just billing the nebulous government who has no face... They can just charge whatever they want for healthcare. If they charge,
that's why the government
a doctor's office,
puts caps on what the doctors can charge you, or charge the government rather. Like the government is just going to be like, "Oh, the doctor charged us $10 billion for this surgery. We're going to pay them $10 billion." They have limits on what the hospitals can charge.
That eliminates incentive though, because if they can't charge enough for something like a surgery, then they won't perform it.
No, what it does is it takes takes healthcare away from businesses, because that way doctors can just be doctors and they don't have to worry about the hospital itself being a business. Hospitals will kick people out who need treatment because they're not getting paid, and that should never happen. So all it does is takes away the business aspect of running the healthcare industry. There's no business part of it. You're getting paid exactly for the services.
If you go in to like a doctor's office and you tell them you have no insurance, they'll work with you to set a price that you can afford. If you go in there,
that's not always the case. What if you're out of work?
A lot of times it is.
What if you're out of work? What if you're on welfare? What if you're a kid right out of college or turned 27 who doesn't have a job?
Then they can work out something you can afford.
How are you going to pay if you don't have a job? What if you're homeless?
Then you die.
See, nobody should have to die. That's not a viable solution.
But they're not.
Way to go. Joe's not going to have any fun at Metallica tomorrow.
See, I just want universal health care. I don't see why we can't have it.
But you go in there with insurance, and then they just charge whatever the fuck they want to the insurance company.
That's exactly why we shouldn't have insurance. That's why the government should be paying for our health care. We're already paying the government. Instead of paying,
how about we just get affordable health care?
How about we just not have insurance companies that charge so much money so that they can pay the doctors? The reason the hospitals charge that much money is because insurance companies allow it. And insurance companies have these huge profit margins. They're making tons of money. And the reason that they won't take these people who are sick is because it cuts into their profit margins. They'd still make money, but they don't want that. They won't be making as much money. And there's no reason there should be any profit in saving somebody's life.
You don't want the government involved in healthcare.
I don't want insurance. I don't think that insurance is anything that we should have.
So we agree on that. We agree insurance should be
terrible,
done away with,
and the government
healthcare should be affordable. But we disagree that the government should be paying for healthcare.
I think the government should pay for it, and I think that we should never see a bill.
Well, you think the taxpayers should pay for healthcare?
You're already paying for taxes, and if you're just saying, "Well, I don't want to pay for some
more,"
you're already paying for things that you don't use. You're paying for kids to go to school right now, even though you don't have kids.
Yeah, and we complain about it.
Yeah, but these are things that you pay to be a part of society. You pay for people who need the welfare, even though you don't use welfare. That's always been a thing. You pay for infrastructure, even though you might not have a car. These are things that you pay for that you might not use. So
and we pay a lot.
We're
for
already
it.
paying.
So now we're adding.
But we're paying
even more paying on top of that.
We're paying a federal tax anyway, and they're diverting funds from federal tax.
I pay for the roads to be fixed, and they're not doing that.
But we're paying federal taxes, and they're taking that tax money and giving it to insurance companies to offset the fact that their insurance is so expensive. Well, if we don't have insurance companies, if we're just paying doctors directly out of the government, nothing changes. You don't have to pay more to anybody. It's just you now have free health care. And why is that so bad?
It's not free.
You have to pay for healthcare in general. Even if you didn't think the government was in it, you would still have to pay out of pocket for it. So why not take something when you're already paying for taxes and have your taxes work for you for a service you would actually use?
Because your taxes aren't paying for you; they're paying for people.
What do you care?
They're paying for illegal immigrants.
Okay, see, this is. Yes, they pay for other people. That's the whole point of insurance, is you subsidize, the healthy subsidizes the sick because it's so unaffordable to be sick, and you could be one of the sick people at any moment. And then you're the one who's in trouble, and you need the help of the healthy people to help you out.
No, you pay your insurance when you're healthy, so you'll have it when you're sick.
That's not how it works,
You don't pay for other people's insurance.
That's not how it works. When you get sick, the health insurance companies can just say, "Screw you, Adam. You've hit your lifetime limit. I don't have to cover you anymore. Goodbye."
The insurance companies are counting that you'll pay more over the course of your healthy life than they'll pay out in the course of your sick life.
Yes, and when you start demanding more out of them, they can say,
"That's
goodbye,
the risk
Adam."
they're taking.
Yeah, and they can say goodbye at what?
I think it's time for final thoughts.
Okay. Well,
Adam,
you're the one who got us
your
into
final
this.
thought, buddy.
Joe, I hope you get kicked in the balls tomorrow, right before
Well,
Metallica comes on.
I have insurance, so I could deal with it. And Matt better
Government
not
paid
hope that-
insurance, or
No, I wish I had government paid insurance. No, just government paid healthcare. No insurance. I don't want dumb insurance companies to make any money.
So you want to pay for Dave's insurance?
Yeah, because you know what? When I get sick, Dave will be paying for me. He's working
he
right
won't.
now. He's working now.
Yeah. Isn't he only working until he takes that trip? So and then he'll quit right after.
Probably.
maybe.
But maybe he'll get the bug, the working bug, and be like, "Ooh, I should be working all the time."
Okay, you should take out an insurance policy on that and see if it pays out.
I would, if there was I would bet money that he keeps the job.
I just think it's funny, like, all of Dave's excuses now for people who are just like, "Dave, let's hang out." He's like, "Oh, I got to work now." And then they're just like, "How does it feel
Was
to
that
say
weird
that?"
this weekend? He was like, "Hey, Sean, what are you doing this weekend?" And Sean's like, "Oh, this is what I'm doing." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm working."
Yeah, I think he just
if you're
wanted to
fucking
say-
working,
I think he
why-
just wanted to say, "Oh, I'm working."
He just wanted to say he was working.
Yeah, I think he wanted everybody to know, "Oh, I'm working now."
Hey, Anchor has I always enjoy Anchor's editions. He's a very reasonable person. Healthcare isn't a right,
Is he?
but it's the government's responsibility to ensure that its citizens aren't being fucked over.
Yeah, and we're
Thank you,
constantly
Anchor.
fucked over
Yes,
because of insurance.
bust
We are
up
currently being
bust the insurance trust. They should also bust the media trust too while they're at it.
Listen, it would be a big step forward if we just got rid of insurance, even if I had to pay out of pocket, because I hate the idea of having insurance.
Joe,
I
what's
think
your
they just
final?
take advantage of people.
He also got a new picture. He's Linda Carter now.
Yeah, you forced him to change it. Now his beard oil isn't there anymore. Although I don't know why he picked Linda Carter. I finished Sense8 this week, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't really have any criticisms offhand I can think of. So you said I don't like things. I really like Sense8 Season 2. You should watch it. I know you had said you'd watch Season 1 and it was confusing, but it's so not confusing this season. Like they went in different directions.
You know what I watched? I watched the 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, yeah? Do you want to slit your own wrist now?
No. Just watched it.
Mhm.
Really bad acting.
I thought I was going to watch it, but I was like, I don't know if I'll like it. I watched the trailer and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, the show was kind of interesting to a certain degree. But at the same time, it was really poorly acted. You know what's funny is Jordan Pacheco, he was complaining. He was complaining. He was watching the show. He was upset about the makeup on the bruise or something on the cut.
Oh,
Say
yeah,
I didn't
remember
notice that while I was watching.
Because it like changed all the time or something.
Yeah. I didn't notice it. I didn't care.
I just didn't care about like why like a whiny emo teenager killed herself and then left a cassette diary of why she did it. Like the premise just didn't sound interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like everything that possibly could happen to somebody in high school happened to this girl. Like every bad thing,
Was she
every
like
stereotype
cyberbullied or something?
Yeah, like everything. The whole shebang. She had pictures of her twice sent around the school. She was sexually taken advantage of. Anything, every stereotype that could happen to somebody happened to her.
Just the idea that she labeled, and I don't know if they call this on the show, but it's called 13 Reasons Why. Like, why she had to say, like, this is why I killed myself, here are 13 reasons, just screams that she wants attention.
Sure. Well, and I mean, anybody that does, they do. I mean, you only do that if you want attention.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like, I don't know, like,
You're
killing
not
yourself
getting
was-
it, so
yeah.
you do it to get it. That's kind of the point.
Like, if your goal was to get attention, then why kill yourself, you know? Like, can't you... Yes, I know, to get the attention, but you don't benefit from it, you know? Like, now that you have the attention, you're dead.
Yeah. That's a pretty big mental illness issue. You're just kind of throwing it aside there.
Did you see, like, they said they added a bunch of
Now
warnings?
that you're dead, my dear.
They added a bunch of warnings to it. Were there warnings every episode?
Sorry, just singing some Metallica.
Oh.
That's some good Metallica right there. What was that, Joe?
They added a bunch of warnings to every episode because I guess
we got an email from the school,
trigger warnings.
Yeah, they did. We got an email from the school like, oh, some people are watching this, some people are banning this. Like, your kids are probably talking about this show, so keep an eye out.
Like, would you show it to your kids? I know they're younger than the content, but
I don't. No, yeah, they're too young for it right now, but I don't think I would have an issue with them watching it at a future point in time.
I don't know. I thought about watching it once I was done with Sense8, but I don't know. The premise just seemed to go back to Riverdale, where the kids don't kill themselves.
Where anything that touches on real emotion, gotta avoid that shit.
They have a lot of real emotion in Riverdale, and you haven't given it a chance. Yeah, Archie was sleeping with his teacher. I mean, come on.
What a Jughead
Guys,
thing.
we are the Lotus Cast.
Jughead wasn't even eating burgers. That's how weird
That's
it
where
is.
you can listen to us live every
And he
Thursday
loves
night,
burgers.
9 to whenever we decide to end the show, which is right now. Which is great, 10:30.
But we were talking about Jughead.
Tune in next week when you can find out what exciting adventures we took part in over the weekend. Obviously, we already know that Metallica is going to take place. But what else is in store for the Lotus Cast crew? Will Joe finally have sex?
You did tease a busy Saturday.
Will Adam become a bleeding heart lib?
It could happen.
Will Matt become more hypocritical? All this and more to come on next week's show. Till next week, go fuck yourselves.